Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things. But if that does not bother you, just go on just go on and come along. See, I tried to switch up my thing and it did not work. Angel number 28. So y'all, sometimes change ain't good. How are you guys doing today? God, this is going to be a little bit of a different daily devotional. I'm actually going to ask God, what blessing are you trying to bestow on our life, God? What blessing are you trying to bestow on our life? And how can we get to this blessing? What is our energy towards it? How do we need to change our energy? And, what do you think we should have? Blessing of good fortune. And number 101. God is trying to bless us with good fortune. Rich and rewarding experiences bring you increased spiritual awareness at this time. Good fortune flows to you as your third eye opens. You are inspired, feeling totally at peace, a life of beautifully tapestry woven love. And now is the blessing. Life is a timeless moment in the eternal now. You perceive a yesterday, today, and tomorrow, but in reality, there is only now. Focusing on the past or the future keeps you from living fully and receiving life blessing. Bring your awareness within and you will receive a timeless blessing. And so God is trying to tell you that right now, He really wants you to pay attention to your life. I feel like the message is that maybe we have been a little bit in our heads too much. And if you are in your head or if you're thinking about the future, thinking about the past too much, then that means you're not really focusing on what's happening now. And if you're not focusing on what's happening now, then you can be missing out on clues and signs and synchronicities that God is trying to send you. And so I feel like what God is saying, in order for you to get the blessings that you want, in order for you to get the abundance that you're ultimately searching for, it's a need for you to just focus on the present. Like, I feel like God is really telling you to stop thinking about the future, forget about the past, and only focus on bringing yourself love and happiness. God. God, what is our energy towards abundance, God? What is our energy towards abundance? How can we... Actually, no. Sorry. I'm changing it. God, give us a tool that we can use to just bring our attention to the now. How can we focus on our current moment without thinking about our past, about thinking about the future, or worrying about our past? How can we allow our third eye to open so that we can start experiencing those rich and rewarding experiences? Too many cards, God. But I guess this makes sense. We are each responsible for the thoughts that we think. Welcome to planet Earth. You are here to seek joy. I want to harmonize with what I believe is good. And the better it gets, the better it gets. So what God is trying to get you to understand, the reason why it is so important for you to focus on the now, and in order for you to get those blessings and those new experiences that you're looking for, is to focus on it now. And He's saying in order for this to happen is you need to understand that you're responsible for the thoughts you think. And when you understand that you are responsible for the thoughts you think, then these other three factors will contribute into that. And so I'm going to read this one. When you are in alignment with who you really are, you cannot help but uplift those with who you come into contact with. Your value to those around you hinges only on one thing: your personal alignment with Source. And the only thing you have to give another is an example of that alignment, which others may observe, then desire, and then work to achieve, but you cannot give it to them. Everyone is responsible for the thoughts they think and the things they choose as their object of attention. And so I feel like what God is saying is the card that actually came up is the World with the Eight of Cups at the bottom. And so I feel like what God is saying is you have taking this time to turn away from the things that are no longer serving you, even though it had put a lot of time, effort, and attention into it. You realize that just because you spend a lot of time, effort, and attention into it, it doesn't mean that you have to stay there from this false sense of loyalty. You decided to turn away and to really open yourself up to new things and new horizon. You're really starting to plant those seeds and water those things that really make you feel good and nurture yourself. And so God is saying, I feel like this message is coming about because there is so much going on in the world. There's so much death going on in the world, so much violence. And you're feeling like, am I doing the right thing? Am I being selfish by just focusing on myself? Am I being like stubborn because I'm only worried about myself and creating my own happiness? And God is saying no. Like, that is honestly, that's the only way that we can change the world. We can only change the world by being our best self, by being an example of what it feels like to stand in your God-given power. And so God is saying the only way that you're going to do that is by just focusing all your attention on the right now, just focusing on, having experiences now. Like, I mean, not even having experiences now, but just focusing on, yeah, that's what it is. Focusing on how you can make yourself happy now. Angel number 559. So often we, especially us entrepreneurs and us people who are on quests for greatness, us seekers, sometimes we put so much of our happiness in like this future destination. And it's like, I'm going to feel happy when I get a book deal, or I'm going to feel happy when I finally have a boyfriend, or I'm going to feel happy when I'm finally able to move. And I feel like what God is saying is, no, you have to feel happy now. You have to find a way to connect to God now. Like, you have to find a way to start generating that energy of your future life now. Like right now. Because when you're able to do it now, then you're able to start attracting it into you. And then God will give you more and more of those experiences. But it's only because you are in that frequency of it, right? I realize that I'm like at this point where I can't really even talk to people about like what I'm doing all the time, because it's like I really am just in my own fucking world, like really just trying to build my shit. And I don't know what I'm building because it's like I'm spirit led, it's like I feel like I'm going in this direction, but I really don't know, but I'm just trusting God to see it through. And so before, I used to think that it was all the way, it was supposed to be about like, I was literally waiting for God to like bring these experiences in my life. Like, yes, God, like, I felt like because I was on this path, like then I was just attract these things in my life. And the thing was, it wasn't that I wasn't attracting things in my life, but we have to ask, like we have to say what we want to experience. So many of us are just like, God, change my life. And He's like, okay, but how? Like, He like, how am I supposed to change your life? Like, what you want to change? And so for me, I realized what was very important for me is to name it, like to say it out loud. I remember one time where I was just like, God, like, I was like, because it was like I was in between. I'm like, I believe in the spirituality stuff, but I only see white people doing it. Like, if it really is real, like, show me a group of black people. Like, let me see my people doing it. And I manifest, and it came. And I just remember like, oh, you have to name it. And matter of fact, I ain't even gonna say, oh, I have to name it. As I'm saying this to you, I'm realizing, oh, you have to tell them. There's this thing called free will, right? So because of free will, God, our ancestors, spiritual beings, they're not able to just come in and do stuff in our life. Like, that would be them breaking the contract. Like, they can't just transpose shit in our life. Like, they can't do that. Even if you want, like, even if you like, they just can't do it. But if you say, hey, I want to, I believe in this. I think I believe in this, but I want to experience it with people who look like me. That's a clear message, right? They're like, oh, I can deliver that. That's just like, okay, this is very good. That's just like you asking somebody, you want to order something, but you have no idea what you want to order. It's like, okay, I want to get some food, but you don't know what type of food you want. You just like, God, give me some food, give me some food. And God is like, well, it's so many types of food. What food do you want? And so that's how the universe is abundant, and God can give you everything. I'm going to use these words interchangeably. He can give you anything that you want, but you have to name it. You have to say what you want. And the only way that you can say it is by being present and not being so in your head. Welcome to Planet Earth. You are here to seek joy. As you think thoughts that feel good to you, you will be in harmony with who you really are. And in doing so, you will utilize your profound freedom. Seek joy first, and all of that growth that you could ever imagine will come joyously and abundantly to you. So what God is saying is, if you're in a position where you realized you don't like your life, you don't like how your life is going, the thing to make you feel better is not, okay, I'm going to work towards this thing and then I'm going to feel better. It's like, you can't be like 5 years, if I get this book deal, I'm going to feel better. You have to say, I'm working towards this book deal, and then start doing stuff to help you feel better. And I realized for me, what helps me feel better, what helps me work better, is to have little things to look forward to. Remember I was telling you I was just waiting for God to like just do stuff in my life randomly. Like, I don't know what the fuck I was waiting for, but I was literally just waiting for like God to just move and start doing stuff in my life. And then I realized like, oh shit, like no, I have to just start planning it. And so now, as driven as I am, as focused as I am, I have all these things that I want to do. I got my task list that I do, but I'm also planning more vacations, spending more time with friends, making more of a habit to do things that make me feel good, having dance parties in the morning. Because when you feel good, you are attracting good. But if you just like, I'll feel better when you ain't gonna never get there, because the blessing is now. It's all in the now. So you gotta feel better. As you feel better, you move better. You start vibrating differently, right? I want to harmonize with what feels good. I want to be the best that I can be. I want to do and have and live in a way that is in harmony with my greatest idea of goodness. I want to harmonize physically here in this body that which I believe to be the best or the good way of life. If you will make those statements, then do not take actions unless you feel good. You will always be in moving harmony with your idea that feel good. I'm going to say this. Another thing is, start living, again, start practicing the life that you're trying to live. Good example of this. I went to Vegas and I realized, I was like, oh, I went to all these different hotels. And I was like, I love the Bellagio, Angel number 1240. Like, when I go back to Vegas, I'm going to stay in the Bellagio. And I was recently planning a trip, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay at the Bellagio. And then I saw the rates to stay at the Bellagio. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm going to stay. And then I exited out like, well, maybe I'll stay somewhere else. But my spirit said, no, bitch, you won't stay at the Bellagio, because why are you living less than what you feel you deserve? And that's the problem with us. We say we want certain things, and when we have the choice to make that choice for the thing that we want, we settle for second best. Why? Why are you not allowing yourself to have the greatest that you can have? Because the thing is, and this is what God is trying to get you to understand, once you're able to, let me calm down. Let me come back to the Bellagio. Say I go to the Bellagio. I booked that apartment I booked that room with the Bellagio. I get to go experience the Bellagio, waking up at the Bellagio, seeing those water fountains, seeing those comfy beds, living in that luxury, going down into the lobby in the morning. How that's gonna make me feel? That's gonna make me feel like, oh, this is the life that's for me. But if you keep settling for second best, you don't even know what it feels like. You ain't even trying on what your life look like. Put yourself in the area of your dreams. Go do the things that you say you want to do. Stop just looking on the outside. Angel number 1414. Even if you have to save up. Save up. Don't settle for second best. Allow yourself to feel the luxury. Because when you feel it, when you're in the now and you're feeling it good, you're going to feel good. You're going to signal to the universe, this is what I want. And then the universe can bring more and more of those experiences in here. The last message I'm going to leave with you is the better I get, the better it gets. When you deliberately seek positive aspects of whatever you are giving your attention to, you, in a sense, tune your vibrational tuners to more positive aspects of everything. And of course, you could tune yourself negatively as well. But as you deliberately look for positive aspects in yourself or in others, you will find more of those things. The better it gets, the better it gets. For you get more of what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. Angel number 1511. And so what is this message telling us today? God is telling us, in order to get those blessings of good fortune, in order to have those rich and rewarding experiences that you want, they're not going to come in your future, and you got to stop dwelling on your past. God is saying, bring all your attention to your now. Think about what you're thinking about. Once you're able to think about what you're thinking about, are you thinking more in an area that brings you joy? Are you thinking more about things that stimulate joy? Or are you constantly in this place of negativity, anxiety? If you are, then how are you bringing joy into your life? How are you harmonizing what's good? How can you even say the better it gets, the better it gets? You're not watering good plants. And it says it right here. You can tune yourself negatively, but why would you want to do that? Don't you want to experience a new world, go on to new horizons? If you do want to do that, it's going to be a need for you to get control of your thoughts and really think about what you're thinking about. Last message. I keep saying last message. Last card. I'm going to pull one more message because I feel like that's important. The law of attraction responds to my vibration. A belief is nothing more than a chronic pattern of thought. And you have the ability, even if you try a little, to begin a new pattern, to tell a new story, and to achieve a different vibration and to change your point of attraction. The law of attraction is responding to your vibration and can easily change your vibrational point of attraction by visualizing the lifestyle you desire and holding attention upon those images until you begin to feel relief, which will then indicate a true vibrational shift has occurred. So that's what God is trying to show you. When you're feeling bad, this is coming up because God wants you to examine your thought. Why are you feeling bad? What is this triggering you? How can you change your attraction so that you can attract something, so that you can allow that tower to fall, so that you can attract something new? I am the creator of my own life experience. We can keep going. I feel like this message is so important for you because I feel like God is really wanting you to hone in on your mind, because I feel like you do a lot of thinking. It's a lot in your mind. And I feel like God is saying, if you're going to be in your mind, you need to be thinking about positive things and harmonizing with positive things. And if you can't do that, then get out your mind or do something to just shift your focus. Yeah. Should I clarify? In order to harmonize, in order to get the blessing of now, in order to have new, rich, and rewarding experiences, you need to focus your attention on what's happening now. If you focus your attention on what's happening now and begin to harmonize with what feels good, and whenever anything triggers anything bad, but focus your attention on what feels good or the better things that you want to come, or just trying to find one thing to shift your attention, then eventually you will look up and you will be in a whole new cycle of life. The tower will fall, the past will be behind you, and the law of attraction will be able to respond to a new vibration within you. Okay. Angel number 1848. All right, y'all. Final message. And then I'm done for the day. All right, guys. Final message to clarify this message of the blessing and the blessing of now. God, what do you want us to understand about harmonizing with what we feel is good, knowing that we are here for joy, and knowing that once we get control over the thoughts, the better, it's only going to get better and better, God. God, give us a one card to just clarify and summarize this all to just help us to knock down these towers of limiting beliefs. Towers came out twice. That's kind of crazy. Back to back readings, towers came out. Come on, God. Just clarify this card. I mean, clarify this reading. Any confusion, doubt, or concern my viewer may have, I ask that you please just clear it up in this last card. Put it all into a beautiful bow. In God's name I pray. Ashe. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Receiving and trust yourself. I got a ping, not a ping, but I got pinged to go to another deck. Then these cards came out for I'm gonna trust myself. I'm gonna go to this deck because this is actually the one that called to me. All right, God, clarify this message. But if we, I do want to take the message of that, and God is saying to trust yourself, trust that you have the ability to bring these blessings about, trust that you can begin to overcome your thoughts and gain control of your mind, and to really just get yourself into a receiving mode once you do that, because then all the blessings can come to you. All right, God, one final message to clarify this message of blessings. And now is the blessing. How can we know that we are responsible for the thoughts we think? Just clarify it. 8 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles in the world. Clarify this message, God. Make it as plain as possible. Any doubt and confusion that be my viewer mind, I ask that you just clarify it. One card, please. That's appropriate. Transformation. Let love transform you forever. Ever. Forever. Forever. Oh, R.I.P. X. 2202. R.I.P. X, man. I really prayed. But that was the first time that I prayed. And I prayed differently for him. Because I was just... I just know he's been through so much. Well, we all know he's just been through so much. It's been such a struggle for him. And I was like, well, God, if he's able to recover from this, I ask that you just, wipe that from his being. Like, don't even allow him to think of that. But I was like, but also, if it's your will, allow it to be done. And obviously, X is transforming to a new space. We have a new ancestor. And we should really celebrate that, because I really truly feel like he's at peace now, and that, he don't have to live in pain or suffering anymore. So, yeah, prayers up. My heart is, with you. It's been a lot of grief lately. So if, this is affecting you, my heart goes out to you as well. Angel number 2313. Let love transform you forever. I was dead, became alive. I was dead, became alive. I was tears, became laughter. The power of love arrived and made me everlasting power. My heart felt the glow of life ripped open and bloom. I have no fear. I have the heart of a lion. I shine like Venus. Rumi. Angel number 2340. Rumi calls you to feel the winds of change, carrying you towards a wonderful transformation in your life. He has come to remind that life is an opportunity to live. He has come to remind you that life is an opportunity to learn and a joy to live. As you experience life, you learn to transform it in accordance with your specific terms and requirements. Some changes are complex. Some require insight, and some are done intuitively. Dear one, Making a move from your comfort zone requires you to surrender willingly to a new life that is unknown to you. Faith and dedications are two necessary conditions that will help you relieve you from what is not satisfactory in your present situation. Rumi sees the power of love as the maker of such a change. He calls you to use this power as the energy and guide to create a new life. Rumi sees the power of love as the maker of such a change. I'm going to start over. Faith and dedication are two necessary conditions that will help relieve you from what is not satisfactory in your present situation. Rumi sees the power of love as the maker of such a change. He calls you to use this power as the energy and guide to create a new life. By allowing love to be your guide, you will search beyond what has been familiar to you, and you will be much more aware because you will be longing to dwell within the very existence and presence of your beloved. By submitting to love, you will be able to receive its spiritual guidance. Love. Like a butterfly, you will be able to break out of the smallness of your cocoon and fly to freedom and joy. By reaching deeper inside and utilizing your inner power, you will let the challenges and predicaments that come along lead you towards new and creative experiences in life. By reaching deep inside and utilizing your inner power, you will let the challenges and predicaments that come along lead you towards new and creative experiences in life. Your mantra for this week is: the seeds of love germinate inside my heart and bloom into unlimited creative expression. I am surrendering into the mysterious and generous flow of life. The seeds of love germinate inside my heart and bloom into unlimited creative expression. I am surrendering into the mysterious and generous flow of life. The seeds of love germinate inside my heart and bloom into unlimited creative expression. I am surrendering into the mysterious and generous flow of life. Ashe. My blessing to you is that you surrender to the flow and allow love to transform you. Namaste. That's all the messages I have for you. If it was beneficial for you, please give me a thumbs up. If you really, really love the message, please subscribe and come along. If you're tired of creating vision boards that never come true, this page is all for you. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Angel number 2630. Bye. I'm done trying to play with my sign-offs because they clearly don't work. Bye.